Hello everyone, how are you? So I made this video earlier and I realized it happened without sound, so that was really kind of embarrassing because I went on a whole rant and none of the sound recorded. So I want to put a disclaimer out saying I'm sorry for my streaky makeup, but that happened in my original rant where no sound was recorded. I also want to put this out by saying if you hear my Facebook Messenger in the background, I'm sorry, I'm trying to organize something. And lastly, for the premise of this video, I have to say that it's not that I don't think college is hard. I know it's hard. I've been to college and I did a certification program. But I'll explain why in my rant later, why I'm saying this. So let me preface this for a bit. I have a group of friends called the Nerd Herd, and 3 of them that I know went to college. 2 went to Salisbury University and 1 went to Towson University, both Maryland state colleges. And I went to community college. They recently graduated, and I graduated. Well, I didn't technically graduate because I was in a certification program. I'm a certified EKG tech. Although I am disabled, I cannot work. I am still a certified EKG tech. Now, let me explain my relationship with these people. I have known the Towson University graduate since I was in preschool. I knew the young lady at Salisbury since I was in middle school, and I knew the young man at Salisbury since high school. The young lady and young man at Salisbury are dating, and the young Towson graduate was my boyfriend at one point, and he is now my ex. So, we are all in a group of friends called the Nerd Herd, and I like to preface this by saying we all hung out together. It was all a group of the same people from middle school and high school. So, one night, a little after Thanksgiving, they were out at a place near my house called the Hard Yacht Cafe. I live about 10 to 15 minutes from the Hard Yacht Cafe, and I come across a picture on Facebook of the Nerd Herd and some girl that most of them barely know at the Hard Yacht Cafe, and they had not invited me. They had not said a word to me. So I spent the night at home crying, feeling left out, and my mom confronted the mom who usually organizes these events, and the mom said, well, we just kind of forgot. Now, I live 10 to 15 minutes away, while one of the men in the Nerd Herd lives about 45 minutes away in Frederick. I find it a little fishy they could invite someone from Frederick but forget to invite me. Next, I'd like to point out that my ex lied to me, used me for sex, after he broke up with me, saying, oh, I love you like a sister, but he still wanted to screw me. He also would not spend money on me when I spent tons of money on him for conventions and cosplays. He also manipulated me. He used coercion at times. And he put in much less effort than I put in. This was about an 80-20 relationship, even when we were dating and even afterwards when we broke up and we're still friends. Eventually, he became so distant and so callous that I had to stop being friends with him. So I have cut off pretty much all contact with these people, but I haven't unfriended them yet. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have friends in other states who make me feel more at home than people like this ex who lives right around the corner. But I was recently going through pictures and it struck me. They're all graduates and I did a certification program. So a couple months ago, all of these graduation photos started showing up. The 2 Salisbury graduates and the 1 Towson graduate. And it made me think that I can't go through college because I'm disabled and I have too many mental health issues. I know, I've been told. I've been diagnosed, I promise. But it occurred to me that these people are receiving praise for something that feels odd because when you graduate, you go by your college's criteria. I go by a national criteria. So let me explain why I'm mad. Months ago, when they graduated, they had photos. Lots and lots of photos, as you do when someone graduates or a momentous occasion occurs. So for the young lady graduate, she has 53 photos with 23 reactions, 3 of them being hearts and 1 being the LOL reaction. And this is when I looked. I have not checked recently. My ex, he had 1 photo, but it was a professional photo with 22 comments and 49 reactions, 6 of them being hearts and 1 the wow reaction, Okay, so, that seems pretty standard. That's, awesome. Well, they went on a cruise, and let me explain why I'm bitchy about the cruise. As far as I know, the young lady is not going to get her master's right now. The young Towson graduate, as far as I know, his mother is very, very strict with academics and scholarships and whatnot. He should be working on getting his master's. His mom believes if you take too much time off, you will get lazy, but yet she let her son go on this cruise to the Bahamas and Bermuda. Now, on the cruise, there were 517 photos, 1 video with 1 comment, and 4 LOL reactions and 2 likes, and all over the album had 13 likes. Now, here's the thing about the cruise. The young lady had a formal night on the cruise with her boyfriend and my ex. She was wearing her prom dress and she says, "Oh, this is the last time you'll ever see me fit my prom dress." She has not gained weight from middle school through to high school through to college. It should not be a big feat for you to fit in your prom dress. And secondly, there was a photo of a ship. And someone said something to the effect of, "Oh, that's a really big ship or something." And she said, "Well, yeah, that is, but that's not our ship. Our ship is actually one of the really smaller ones. I have been on the ship. It is called the Grandeur of the Seas. It is a large ship. And it is the only ship you can take out of Baltimore, Maryland, because all other ships will hit the bridge. You can't have that happen. You should be grateful that you got anything. Lots of people don't get anything for momentous occasions, like me." Now, I know I didn't graduate, but I went through hell. I was very lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I had to do something with my life. And I was going through the catalog and I saw EKG tech, so I buckled down and I took the prerequisites, which you don't even need to take now. I took HIPAA training, CPR and defibrillator training, physiology, and medical terminology. So, after that, I went into the EKG tech certification program. So, the first day of certification, my father was pronounced dead from a diabetic coma. His sugar had gone low that night, and we didn't hear it, and we were not able to save him. So, I skipped the first day of class. I was behind everyone, and I had to figure out everything on my own. Everything. So, I finally finish my class. It's only me and 1 other woman. We finally finish, and we're ready to take the national exam. I pass. The highest score you can get is a 500. I passed with a 420, and I still beat myself up over those 80 points. But I passed, and I got my certification. And I had to take a recertification test every 2 years. Now, why I'm a bit mad is when I got my certification, I was not met with large fanfare or outpouring of comments and reactions. What I had was 1 photo of my certificate with 2 comments on it, 6 likes, and 1 wow reaction. And that was it. A picture with my cell phone. I did not have a Vogue photo shoot like these people are acting like. I did not get an outpouring of congrats or likes or anything because there's no cap and gown to go with it, I feel. Because I did not spend 4 years of my life stressing and crying and ripping my hair out. I did what was best for me. And I feel that when there's no other representation to go with it, like the cap and gown, you don't get the same recognition that someone who graduated did. Now, I'm not saying that college isn't hard. It is. It is. But these people are being praised for doing what's best for them and, you know, getting their degree, but I was given nothing. Your cap and gown does not make you special. Your cap and gown does not make you superior to me. Another thing is, you are bound by your college's criteria to graduate. That means each college is different, and if you meet that criteria, you graduate. I have to meet criteria on a national level in every state. It's the same for every state for this job. Which means I can't just hope to God that, you know, it matches up with my state. It has to match to every state. Everything is the same. And they don't have to do 2-year preliminaries, you know, to keep their degrees. I do. Because I have to keep my certification. And I just think it's really fucking disgusting that when you associate a cap and gown with something, it is treated better. I went through hell and back. I went to class wanting to die because my father wasn't here. My biggest cheerleader was gone. I got up, I went to class. I went to every class except that one. I caught up from being behind. I almost fainted the day of my test, but I got up and I made it through. And I didn't get jack shit. I was treated like dirt. And I think it's fucking disgusting that people out there who are horrible people on the inside and outside still get better recognition. Because I'm there for them for everything. The nerd herd, I was there through everything. I was there to share in joy and sorrow. And these people weren't. And I don't know why we're treating people like crap because they don't have a cap and gown. And I'm sorry if this sounds like a rant and I sound selfish or childish, but that's just how it feels. I felt like such a failure seeing these pictures because I don't have a cap and gown. I felt like trash. I felt like nothing, and I still feel like that because I have nothing to show but a certificate. I don't have a cap and gown. I don't have pictures. I don't have any of that. I'm sorry if this sounds like ranting and raving. I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm being a big crybaby, but it's hard when you know you went through hell and back and you saw these people's struggles because you shared them and they are nowhere near what you went through. And it just sucks. But I do have other videos coming that will be happier, so I'll see you guys in a bit.